Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Wow, StreamYard says I'm live anyway. Who knows? What a good looking shirt though. Gotta say that. Do 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 do. Oh, wow, StreamYard. Told you guys I'm new at this. Oh, geez. Still learning. Still learning. Hey, Drew Dudes, how are you, bud? And we got Nate Jackson and see if I can get these things flipped around here. Ba-doop. Ba-doop. That goes that way. This goes this way. That might be a little bit better. Hey, Nate Jackson, how are you? John 2618 saying hi. And, well, I got the chat on both sides anyway, so, but hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear. I can't. I had to quick shut that off. It's like I'm new every time I start a live stream or something. So, Nate Jackson said he's doing good. That is excellent. So, and Joey Buzak saying hi to hello to everybody. Sean McGee, good evening. How are you, bud? David Atkins, bud, thank you very much for putting that video up for me today with that caboose ground throw. That's really cool. And yeah, a little bit of glue probably go a long way at helping those things. But the I don't know. I get that little pin down in there. I get it all glued the first one, and I throw it a couple times. It would work fine. And third or fourth, it would pop up out of the bracket type thing, and they'd go flying and wouldn't turn anymore or something. So I probably just didn't have them glued tight enough. That's all. So you guys got to keep an eye on the train because I can't really see it. There's a big box in my way. So Daniel Coombs, how are you, bud? I'm actually here on time. Yeah, you are, bud. So am I. SD70 Ace, how are you, bud? And Trainiac, nice to see you. And Evening Sparky and everyone else. There goes a cool train right there. You guys can see that. So I'm in love with those 4 Conrail locomotives. I got them just running perfect, and they're nice size of train pulling behind it. So Alex Brockway, how are you, buddy? And we got Caitlin in here watching. Dwight Curley, nice to see you, bud. And don't worry, I'm sure you'll hear the train. Yeah, I hope not, bud. I got 2 of them running. There's the other one up in the Helix right now. And everybody's getting involved with this challenge thing. So I think later on this week, maybe Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure, but a couple days from now, maybe, I'm going to throw out my own little train challenge here. We're just going to call it Sparky's Caboose Challenge or something. But so if you guys got lots of cabooses or caboose or whatever they're called, who knows? But I want to see everybody's longest train of cabooses and nothing else, just caboose. So I got one running the layout right now just to see if it'll work. Try it out. But yeah, everybody else is doing challenges, so I might as well get on board too and throw one on there. So John, number 2, how are you, bud? Dave BNSF N Scale, hello to you. PDRR Engineer saying hi to everybody. I challenge everyone to make a switching layout. Yeah. Okay, Joey, you got to show us how first, bud, because you got to do it first to make the challenge. So there you go. Now you got your work cut out for you. And Eminem Shortline saying hi to everybody. Jumping someone else's train. Hey, everybody. Randall Ellison, nice to see you, bud. Allie Chat is live too. Well, what's she doing live? Well, whatever. It's a free world. Nobody owns a time slot, so want to go live? Go live. I can't make it. Obviously, I'm busy. I'm tied up with my own. So, oh, why did the layout just get really quiet? Be right back. Don't like when it does that. That's why. There we go. Yeah, told you guys I don't like that. It gets really quiet like that. Oh boy. Conrail locomotive jumped the tracks on a switch. And of course, when I've had one do that and it actually started smoking, so figured I better I kind of knew it was going to be that spot. So it's just all in the way I got my switches. I'm testing out that switching yard I've got up on the second level, and I forgot to flip the switches back. Right now it's in kind of like switching mode, so 6-axles don't really like the tighter switch in there, but whatever. Jack, how are you, buddy? And we got Mark E. Saunders saying good evening to everybody. I'm working and listening at the same time. Right on. Bernie's Model Railroad. How is the store going, buddy? Bernie's Model Railroad started his own train store, so hopefully he's doing pretty good. Hell of a year to start a train store, that's for sure. And tell them a bit about Humpty Dumpty. Well, your big boy fell off the layout, and you bought a cheap one, and you're making one whole. So, but Weber Model Railroad, how are you, bud? You're getting your shed all into place there. Just that video you posted, it looks like your shed's like this on an angle, but I kind of figured it wasn't. And we got Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt, saying hi to everybody. Now, I'm going to throw the link up in the chat for everybody. And what I want to talk about tonight is how you keep your layout clean. So if you can show off your layout, or parts of your layout anyway, or some of us actually have just a workbench, but you can come on up in the chat and show off your stuff. But I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how I keep my layout relatively clean. Steve, thanks very much, buddy, to start the Abacus Fund. Well, I don't know if the Abacus Fund will take off very well, because if you weren't in Tom's Trains and Things chat, nobody's going to know what it's about. But thank you very much, bud. And Steve 87 PSAT, we got Nathan Delay in here. Nope, shed is level, buddy. It's the hillside. Yeah, I knew it was going to be level. It's just all in the camera work there. So Dwayne's Fork and Spoon saying hi. School Kill River 4713. Right on, buddy. Chris Mitchell. And like I said, if you want to show off your layout or a technique that you guys got to keep your layout clean. Now, I'm really bad for this. I get going on my layout, and this is one of the reasons why I like to have a train running on my layout all the time, is then I kind of have to keep it cleaned up. If there's no trains running, you start putting tools around and a knife here and a hammer there, screwdriver over here. You got rail joiners all over the place, little nails laying all over the place. And by the time you're done, you got a workbench. You don't have a layout. So Dwight Curley, hey, my layout is laying on its side and 2 legs broke off. Oh, no. Well, we got to get some legs for you, that's for sure. Don't have a leg to stand on, eh? It took me a whole day to clean my bench just to do my video for you, Sparky. Yeah, I bet it does. And that's the thing. We get going on our layouts and stuff like that. We keep forgetting, or maybe it's not so much forgetting, but it's just convenient because of the height. You just start laying everything on top of it. And another thing I've noticed too, and I do it, you get running trains, and I just did it right now because that one just derailed. So now my second level has all those cabooses sitting on the side of the layout. So how do you keep all that clean? Well, there was a video out by DJ Model Works, and he showed off these nice cabinets from Walmart. Now, I already had one, but once he showed off the cabinet again, I thought, well, you know what? I need a few more. So I bought 3 more. Now, I'm going to show you something about these cabinets. And like I said, I'll put the link up in the chat, guys. You want to come up and share what you do to keep your layouts clean, come on up, and we can all talk about it. But quick little demonstration with these ones from Walmart. And thanks, guys, for the super chats. First thing we got to look at is they're nice. They're made out of plastic. So when you get them, I like these ones for the gondolas, and caboose goes on top. Really cool. But the way you get them, they're all plastic. Put your rail cars down in there. Bam. Hold it up, obviously. So you get them in there. You can kind of see that. And you close the door nice and carefully. You don't want to break your rail cars. They're sitting on plastic. Next time you come over, you open them up. Well, they're flying over, and then you close it again. They're just going all over the place. Open it. Close it. Open it. Well, now one's on its side. They just fly all over the place. Kind of the same thing with a locomotive. Stick a locomotive in there. And yeah, I'm not going to do that too fast. This is a locomotive. But nice size to keep the locomotives in there. But you get flipping that around. So you got to get something in this thing to keep things from rolling around. Now it's going to be a quick demonstration for me. And just to say, it was Mono Railer that threw this out there. Hey, John from TSG Multimedia, nice to see you. Sean McGee, good evening, Digger. So Mono Railer threw this up, and they're making roads out of this. Obviously, they buy black or gray, but I wanted to get white. That way, if any parts fall off in the drawer, I can see it. Not a big deal. So comes in a roll, 36 inches by 36 inches by 60 inches. You guys can see that. There's the name of it. You can get it on Amazon. Pretty cool. Nice tube. Voila. Pull it out of the tube. Get this nice long roll of it. Lots of it. So measure your drawers. Not your pants either. The drawers over here. This drawer over here, not your pants. Measure your drawers. I already did one just to make this short and cute and sweet. Cut it out. And then this stuff cuts lickety crap. Like, watch this. This is like cutting plastic. It's probably not going to do it now, though. I'll go from this side. Come on, do it. Do it. Just like cutting plastic. It's awesome. It's a nice foam little rubber thing. Like I said, cut it to size, though. Stick that in the bottom of your drawer. Or another thing that I got. Now, I like to blame Wilmer for this because he got me hooked on this Wish stuff. Kind of cheap stuff. And what I've noticed with Wish, guys, when you first go on it, Wish is really cheap. Like, no matter what you buy, it's cheap. But if you go back and buy it again, it's a little more expensive. And then you buy it again, and it's really expensive. So if you're going on Wish, you're only going to buy it a couple times. But this is stuff that you put on your wall to kind of deaden the sound. And TSG would know all about that because he's the one that told me to get this stuff. I haven't put it up on the wall yet. But this, I'm thinking now I might have to go back on Wish and get another one. They fit 2 of these right in there. You guys really can't see it. It's just laying in there, nice and flat, bubble side up. Put your rail cars in there. And if the bubble side's up, the wheels are going to get stuck there, right? Yeah, I guess, Joey, you'd know about it too, but acoustic paneling, you're correct. And Manny Fernandez, thanks very much, buddy. We'll get some green stuff going for you. Thank you. Awesome. So there's a couple. You guys can see them in there. That was weird. I just looked over at the other camera and it was like, it's almost a minute behind. It's like, whoa, what am I doing? So now you close the drawer and they stay there. Now you can glue this stuff in, obviously, right? But see, it's not sliding around like the other ones up top were doing. Same with these ones down here. Boxcars, put them on their side. Nothing saying you have to put them on their wheels. But the sheeting keeps them, if you glue it down or tape it down, keeps them from going back and forth in the drawers and wrecking your couplers and your wheels. So again, I can do that nice and fast now. The other thing I like about these drawers here from Walmart, maybe I should have contacted Walmart first and said, hey man, I'm sponsoring my show. Auto racks. Down in the bottom, fit perfect. Of course, you can put those on the top too, but put them down in there. And because they're auto racks, once you get the bottom all full, you can put another sheet of that stuff across there. Voila. And you can always run them sideways after that. Again, not going to move. That's just kind of my demonstration. But I now have 4 of these cabinets. And I'm thinking I might just get one more. Now, there's one other cabinet I want to show you guys. But I'm going to bring up Randall Ellison. And he can share how he keeps his layout nice and clean and tiny. How are you doing, Randall?
Oh, doing pretty good for
So do you got a workbench or do you got a layout?
Well, I've got a layout. It's not in the house. It's actually on the front porch, so I can't go out and show it. So
Well, if it's on
I'll
the
lose the
front
signal.
porch. Yeah, so if it's on the front porch, you got it up bench work level?
It's just a 4x8 table.
Yeah,
is
still,
all
it's
it
up,
is.
right? So how do you keep that from becoming a workbench then?
But anyway, I basically just kind of tinker around here in the house when I got some free time, working on the trains and stuff. So it works, and I've actually got one that we're going to be testing here. I'll shoot a video of it when I test it. This is what I got the other day, and
Oh, that's
this
nice.
is that Athearn Genesis ES44, and this is what they call the Legendary Livery Series. This happens to be a Burlington Northern one. I'll try and take the handrail protectors off. That way you can kind of get a look at it.
Yeah, so is that the one you're going to give away during your contest? That I'm going to win?
Oh no! My bank account's not that well off, so.
I was just trying to throw that one out there real quick. So, like I said, how do you keep the whole layout itself clean all the time then?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't keep it clean. It's actually pretty chaotic if you actually ever get a chance to see it. I place have engines lined up and car lined up. And
I think you're losing you a little bit there, bud. Yeah, I think we're losing you a bit, but you guys can also put it in the chat how you guys keep your stuff if you want to come up. But yeah, Randall, we're losing you pretty bad, so I got to drop you down, bud. Hopefully you can hear me.
Go ahead.
Hopefully we can get a better connection later on. But I got Joey down on the bottom. He's going to tell us how to keep a switching layout nice and clean.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. You got your Christmas sweater on still. Haven't you changed?
Nope. Just staying home all the time. I don't need to change.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is true right there. So
there it is.
So yeah, there's my idea to keep things nice and clean. Like I said, it wasn't my idea. I've had them for a while, but if you just line the bottom and you glue that stuff in there, the locomotives and everything aren't going to like fly around on you, right? But
right.
It's a big thing that we all do, I think, when we're working on our layouts and stuff. Tools, running trains, cars just end up laying up all over the place. So we still got Randall showing off some of his train there.
Looks nice though.
It does. So we'll drop you down, Randall, so we can get a good look at what if Joey wants to show anything. Thanks for coming up.
Well, the first thing is, if you get rid of your layout, you don't have to clean it.
That is one good point, I guess. Not a very good one.
I just sold my N-scale layout yesterday. Guy picked it up. So
wow.
I'm building a new one, but I have my HO one over here. It's all it is just a 7-foot shelf. And the way I keep it neat is I built a drawer right into it.
Oh, excellent.
So everything I need to run an op session is right there. And then if there's anything that I'm working on, at the end of whatever I'm doing, I always put it away. So I don't have a lot of space to work with, so I have to.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And building the drawers right in, that looks really sharp. So what do you got the bottom of the drawers lined with?
That's actually, it's called flocking. So you have to put down adhesive, and then you puff the flocking in there. It's like the same stuff you see in the jewelry boxes.
Oh, right on.
So it's like a little fluffy sort of cushion.
I think you did a video or something on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I seen that. So
I
forgot what it was called, though,
that's what I do. I like to, I'm also a woodworker, so I'm always trying to find ways to incorporate how to do all this stuff with trains. So
yeah, now how do you keep the drawers going nice and smooth all the time? Like as you can see with these, every once in a while they get stuck.
Yeah, I bought really nice quality roller bearing drawer slides.
So again, spend the money good quality product to do what you're doing then, right?
Yeah, they're only like $10 a piece, so it wasn't really all that bad.
That's not bad. And it's too bad you're saying you're staying in the house all the time, or a lot of people might have just said, hey, come on over and build me mine.
Yeah, really. But that's all I got. Just throw that out there.
Sure, that's awesome. Then we got a few other people down in the basement, so if you want to drop out, we'll bring the next guy up and we'll see what they do to keep theirs up.
All right, I'll see you.
Thanks for coming up, bud. And who else we got down here? Wow. Hey, Nathan, how are you, bud?
Hi, Sparky. The way how I keep my layout sort of clean, I know it might be hard to believe. Let's see. I might have a trouble with position, but I try to keep the shelf as a holder.
Yeah, so you got the same basic plastic holders that I got.
Yeah, this is the LB one. And the next thing, I know this is a complete total mess, but the basic idea is to try to get as much shelving as possible. And probably the last thing is, in case I want to run trains or keep trains on the layout, is make sidings. Like one there and one where that train shed is.
Okay, so what you're saying is you can keep your trains on the layout then, because you have a siding, you can just park them while you run a different train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Some people got quite a bit of room. They could do multiple sidings or whatever, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you've got the same drawers that I got basically. And then, like you said, more shelving the better. That's the only thing my shed's kind of lacking is shelving, because ran out of space.
Or I guess I could scratch build my own to see what I can come up with.
Yeah, well, you are good at the scratch building part, so.
Yeah.
So how do you keep it when you're working on your layout, though, with scenery and stuff like that? How do you keep that from getting all cluttered and everything?
I guess, to be honest, I kind of don't, but at the same time, I try to. I guess the problem with ideas sometimes is if you're cluttered, you get less ideas. Sorry.
Yeah, no, David Atkins was just saying junk on the layout's just like gravity. You can't fight it. And it's so true. Like once you start putting stuff on it, it does. It just kind of clutters up the layout. And before you know it, you really got to do a good house cleaning before you can start running the trains and stuff. So,
Yeah.
so what's your best advice to tell people how to keep your layout clean then?
Yeah. Let's see. But basically, I try to have not as much clutter on this area, like you can see right here, to try and keep it presentable as possible. But in some situations, I'm thinking of like doing what SMT Mainline is doing, like doing one section at a time, from here to about here, and the list goes on.
And SMT Mainline, he's got a good habit too. If he's got that shelf, so when he's done running that train, he puts it back on the shelf and brings down another one. So that's another good habit too. All right, Nathan, I'm going to drop you down, bud. And we got New York Rail Fanning sitting in the basement. Looks a little dark, but we'll see what he's got.
See ya.
Thanks for coming up and sharing, bud. And feel free to say it in the chat, guys, if you're too shy to come up in the stream itself. But how do you guys keep your layouts clean? Especially, like I said, when you're doing your scenery and stuff like that, it doesn't take very long to start getting those bags and shakers all over the place, and then you're bumping them around or spilling them or everything else. Glue is a really bad thing. White glue, all of a sudden you knock that over. Next time you look at that, you get a big puddle of white glue, and you've got to do the scenery now. So, but
hey, Sparky, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, my friend?
Good.
Oh, we got a little bit of feedback on yours. You got to either mute your YouTube or turn it way down.
I shouldn't have YouTube open.
All right.
I'm on my computer, so it doesn't really have YouTube open right now.
It could be me too. I got your little post. You come on really loud. So.
Yeah, I'm actually in my layout room. It's just I think it's just the lighting probably.
Oh, you're really good.
Yeah, it's just probably the lighting from that. Yeah, just don't worry about the lighting. It's just
Hey, no problem, no problem. TSG Multimedia is saying you're in the witness protection program, so we'll just leave you like that.
yeah, it's fine right now at least, but it's okay.
Yeah, when you get working on your layout and stuff, how messy does it get?
Yeah, well, sometimes basically my layout actually originally for right now my layout's a standard just a standard loop on the table right now, and pretty much how I clean it is I do actually kind of similar to what SMT does, have shelving.
Yep.
And basically I have locomotives on the top, and then I have rolling stock on the middle. This is the whole bottom section right here is kind of messed up, but kind of a mess right now. But for right now, I just have the boxes and all that for them. And then the bottom shelf is just miscellaneous.
Yeah, once the layout gets a little bit bigger, you need more stuff. You can always get another shelving unit too, or put more shelves in it.
Yeah. I recently had my windows done, and I do actually have plans to make a bigger layout. Basically, I was kind of planning on having a layout where I can basically just sit in the middle of it, and then have the layout like right around me. Basically, like half a square, kind of.
Well, then you don't have to duck under it or anything then either. So if it's half a square.
If you make it open, it's either because it's basically kind of a small room. So.
No, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've all got the plans of going bigger or go home. That's always everybody's dream, is to get bigger, I guess. So it never fails, like tools and stuff when you're working on things, just don't get all cluttered. I know the one thing I've always tried to do is when I'm working with the tools, I've always got spots underneath the layout that I put all my tools. So when I'm done with them, I always try to throw them all back underneath the layout. So I'm really bad, and I'm sure a few of us in the chat are, setting something down, and 2 minutes later I need it, and I can't find it. Mm-hmm. So if I keep throwing everything down in the same spot all the time, at least I know where to look. So thanks for coming up, bud. I got a couple other people down in the chat in the basement. We'll bring them up.
Pleasure being on here, man.
Yeah, we'll get you up again another time. So thanks.
I'm just here to blame Heath.
Oh, you can always do that.
How you doing, Sparky?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
So I see you got some workbenches on the go.
I do. All right. My secret is if you run trains every day, your workbench can't get too messy.
No, and that's true. And that's like I said at the beginning of this. That's why I always like to have a train running, because then I got to keep things in a certain spot. I got to move it. I got to put it away. And at the end of the day, I like to keep the trains, at least sit down and actually watch them and enjoy what I've done for the day. So,
right. I haven't started on this area yet. So that's my junk pile. All right. The rest, I try to keep some resemblance of order to. I do some work up here, but once an area gets scenic, I don't put anything back up there.
No, and that's a good way to do it too, because once you're scenic something, put a tree up there. Next thing you know, the drill that you got behind you is leveling that. So.
It also helps that I've got another workbench out in the garage and do a lot of work out there too. So
yeah,
not everything has to be done in here.
I'd have to go to my basement to use the other workbench. So my wife might get a little angry with me. So you do have a bit of a workbench going on behind you too. You got some cork going down, a bit of track maybe. You got that Walters kit, the drill.
Yeah. This area over here is getting the roundhouse and turntable. I've got some bad track work back here that I got to rip up and replace. But I've been starting on the lift bridge here. Whoop. Helps if I get all this stuff out of the way.
See, this is what happens when we don't clean up after ourselves.
This will eventually come across to here and then wrap around the other side as well.
Wow, awesome. So your biggest advice to keep things clean is going to be what?
Run trains.
Awesome. This is what I like to hear. I was pretty sure, though, you were going to say Blaine Heath.
Well, I do that too.
Oh, that's very cool. You're sporting another channel by buying some of the C-string stuff. That's good. As you can see, I'm doing the same thing. So, very cool. And everybody in the chat, if you're watching somebody who likes your channel, a lot of times they might have a Teesprings account or something, or ask them. If they do, buy some of their merch. It's pretty cool. So,
Oh yeah.
but thanks for coming up, Steve. We got a few more people down there. It's kind of a revolving door tonight. So, thanks a lot, bud. Oh, New Durham Junction. Oh, here we go. We'll get the old white one going. And we got Alex Brockway popping up. Now, he's just working on a new layout, and he's muted himself, which is good. Oh, there he is. New Durham Junction, thanks very much, buddy. For my dad, Graham Mason, a fellow lost his life with COVID. Be safe. Hi, all guys. Oh, that's sad, bud.
Well,
Thanks very much. So you just got this all rebuilt and stuff again,
yeah.
and it looks pretty neat. How come?
Well, put in lots of hours. Long days. But one way you can keep stuff off of here, grass everything. That way you don't feel tempted to put things on the grass.
So how big's your layout then?
It's a 5 by 12. Well, 5 by 12, yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't do that all in one day, that's for sure.
Oh, no. But, like right here, right in here is where you come up and then you're like, oh, look at this. And then you lean against it. That's why you put grass there.
So people like you don't lean against it.
Don't lean against it or don't put anything there.
No, and that makes a lot of sense. But some people with the bigger layouts and things too, like you can't really do all the scenery all at once, so you got to take your time.
Workbench is in the other room. So.
Well, but yours is looking really good.
Oh, that's not even the. We got a whole pond. Let's see if we can get it in there without shaking the whole thing up.
Too late, you're shaking. So where am I supposed to put my coffee when I'm running trains?
On the bar.
Well, on the bar.
And that's only a couple feet away from your layout, so that's not too bad.
Yep.
Excellent. So what's your biggest advice to keep things clean and tidy?
Well,
Then try to get it finished.
yeah.
Try to get it finished up.
Well, like I said, we all can't finish it up quite as quick as you did. You came along a lot in a long way.
Cats get this alarm system. It's called a Curie on Amazon. It's only like $25. It'll keep the cat right off there.
Cool. I like the lighting around the bottom of it.
Oh, that blue LED strip.
Yeah, that's cool.
You can't tell, but there's trains on here.
Oh, I can tell now that you've said it.
Yeah. Time to
Excellent.
record it is.
Okay, bud. Well, like I said, it's a revolving door tonight, so I'm going to get on to the next guy.
All right.
He's not quite sure he knows what his name is, but thanks for sharing your secret. Your big thing is make sure you do your scenery.
Yep.
Very cool. And don't put coasters close to the railroad.
That's good.
All right. Thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
And that's another thing I got for mine. I got a couple up here, actually. But if you're more into the adult beverages or something and you're running the trains and things and having a good time, you can always get these little coaster things. and they attach right to the side of your layout. Then nobody can put anything on your layout. These expand, go back and forth. Got those on Amazon too. And what's that called? Shoreline Marine. So it's a marine coaster type thing. Two screws, and it's right on the side of your layout. When you're done using it, just folds right up. Perfect. So very cool and easy, and takes care of the drinks sitting on the layout. Caboose 121, thanks very much, buddy. Joke's probably being made, but for an abacus. Again, if you weren't in Tom's Trains and Things, nobody knows what we're talking about, but thanks very much. I might have to actually go and buy one now. We got a couple bucks saved up, so. Where's that Tom guy? There he is. Oh, you're not Tom Jones. Well, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. Hey,
And
it's good to see you back on. Seems like
yeah,
it's been a while since I saw you on here.
I took the first couple of weeks off, and then trying to organize you doing your live stream on one of my Wednesdays, and the community roundhouse taking one of them too, and it kind of frees me up a little bit. Just doing every week was getting a little not dry, I'm going to say, but it's hard to come up with so much content every week. So
yeah,
spread it out, and there's so many new channels coming out there too, so free up some time for them to do some live streams and things too. So
right, we have actually a schedule. I have a scheduled one this coming, the third Wednesday of this coming month, and Michelle Kempema is going to be with me for the whole show. I was excited.
Yeah, she's almost taken over some of your shows.
It's okay with me. She's a great guest,
and she looks a lot better than you do.
Thanks. I did want to tell you one thing though. Hold on a second. Let me get it here. I'm not that Tom Jones, but I will show you my pussy though.
Oh, thanks a lot.
See?
I like the black spot on the nose. That's nice.
Yeah, he's cute. This is a neighborhood cat that kind of adopted us.
Right on.
But that's not what I called about.
Oh.
I called about your topic, which is how to keep things clean. And I mentioned it in the comment section earlier, which is I try to take whatever project I'm doing and split it up. The cat's over here swiping at my hand. I'm talking with my hands and the cat's like doing that. I split up whatever project I'm doing into smaller tasks. So I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, I know. Like when I did my weathering on that N scale car.
Yeah.
I did the wash first as a step, and then I let it dry, dull coated it. Then I did, just some weathering powders. And when I was finished with the weathering powders that I wanted to do, I put everything away that I wasn't still using, went out, dull coated it, to save my work, came back in, took only the weathering powder I was using. So I didn't have a bunch of weathering powders with the lids off, because I will inevitably knock one out over if I do that.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
Right? And make a big mess all over the table. And weathering powders make a huge mess. Then the other thing was, at the end, when I was done with my weathering powders, I put all that stuff away. Like it wasn't even on the desk anymore. Got my colored pencils and did my colored pencils on it. So that's how I maintain organization when I'm in the process of trying to do a project. And you could use that same principle with any project. Like if you're going to do a DCC install or something like that, do one small thing at a time. If it's N scale, like what I've done most of my DCC installs on, solder the headlights on the board first.
Yeah.
Just that, right? Then put everything away that you don't need for your next step. Then do the next step. Then put everything away. Then do the next step. Because otherwise, like someone was mentioning, you lose your tools on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not hard to lose the tools, because the tools we use for these things tend to be kind of small anyway.
Yeah, for sure they are.
You start piling stuff up, especially if you're dealing with, like, there's a paper towel on the work surface. Now that covers up a bunch of stuff. Oh, where's my wire? Look under the paper towel. Oh, there it is. Whereas if you're just doing them in smaller steps, it's pretty easy to stay organized.
Yeah. See, I always think I try to do one section of my layout at a time and let that kind of, climatize or whatever you want to say. And then I'll go over to another section and I'll do it. So what I end up is I get solder over here, my paste is over there, my soldering iron's over there. And then I just start losing control of everything. And then I got to sit down and go, okay, this isn't working. So yeah. I like your advice of doing each project break it down into smaller chunks, do that, clean up, get it organized, and move on to the next part of it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think if you're working on your layout, you could also break up your projects by category. So, for example, if you're soldering feeds or something, just do it over there.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing scenery, just do that over there. You see what I'm saying? So that way, all your scenery stuff will be over there, and all your soldering stuff will be over there.
Yeah,
And you're not
all over the place.
Yeah, then you're not putting it all together and making a jumbled mess of junk all over the place, right?
Yeah, which is, like I said, usually what I end up doing. And the other thing I could be getting bad at is you start scenery over here, you're laying track over here, you're cutting things over here, and by the time you're done, you can't run a train because you got such a cluttered mess. The end of the day's there, and you just leave it. You come out the next day, look at it, and go, I don't want to deal with this. And then you go back in the house or upstairs or wherever your layout is. So,
right, which could create another problem, which is now the next time you come back out to work on your stuff, you have to start by cleaning up a big mess. So you go back inside because who wants to clean up a big mess?
Exactly. So smaller messes make a lot of sense.
Yeah, smaller messes and clean them up before you go on to the next thing.
Great. So when are you coming over to do my next project?
Well, we still have to deal with your showstopper.
Oh yeah, that is out there still, isn't it?
Right.
Oh.
And I still got the lingo down.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think YouTube's being too harsh on channels anymore for using the real word, but there was a few. But
yeah,
thanks for coming up, sharing that piece of advice. I like it. It makes a lot of sense. So,
all right.
Now, since you're not really Tom Jones, I'm just going to kick you off anyway.
That's right. That's cool. Thank you, and I'm glad to share. Hope it helps someone.
Thanks, bud. Kicked him off real quick, Tom Jones. Oh, so hey, that makes a lot of sense, guys. Like doing projects and everything else, especially scenery, I guess, is one thing that pops to my mind when he was saying that, because you get your grass out and your static grass out and your foliage out and your trees are out and bushes are out and glue is out and alcohol is out. So now you got all this stuff out. Now you got no room to actually put the scenery. So it makes a lot of sense to do a small section at a time and clean it up and move on. So, Mr. Rusty, how are you doing, bud? Yeah, that's you, bud. Possum Bio.
I'm doing.
Yeah, how are you doing? You're looking good.
Oh, I wouldn't stretch it that far, but.
So, hey, let's talk a little bit about storage for rail cars and locomotives and stuff. What do you do with that?
I was going to talk exactly about that. I'm using my phone, but as you can see back over on the other side, over on my other table there, I got I had it sitting there to kind of show off. It's like a one of those wooden homemade train display cases. Of course, I use N scale, but the majority of the thing I use, I have a lot of these Axiom, I guess you call them car and locomotive cases. They're basically cardboard with foam.
Yeah. Oh, right on.
Here behind me, I got 36 freight cars in that one.
Oh, excellent.
So that's about what they carry. And I can carry them over to the, we have a little Mississippi Gulf Coast Model Railroad Museum, and I carry some of my stuff over there. But our track's a little wonky there, and the train set quality wheel sets roll real good, but my, exact rail and my tangent and my other stuff like that, and my Fox Valley wheels don't roll too good on it. It has some of them pizza cutter flanges.
Excellent. Where did you get those boxes then?
I bought them at a train show. There's a place, Tucker's Trains in Pensacola, Florida. He brings them to a train show sometimes. We just haven't had one in a while. I need to get about 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, I've seen them online before.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
I've seen a couple people do videos of them too, but
they also make like a canvas thing. You put like 5 of the boxes in and to carry to shows.
So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like you said, it keeps everything neat and tidy. Now, how would you keep order of what's in that box?
I don't. Open the lid. Oh, that's what's in that box.
Oh, okay. So do you keep locomotives and stuff like that in there too? You probably put the.
Yeah, I got a box with some of those in there. It's over there.
Yeah.
I found it if I don't put them in.
Put them in the jeweler's case again.
Yeah, well, I've had them in jeweler's cases, and I'll take them somewhere in the jeweler's case. And I had some really nice Buford shots of boots. There's a couple of them come out, and I broke some details off of them. But you don't have that as much with these cardboard cases that I have here, because it's kind of padded and everything. Everything stays put.
Yeah.
I also got one of these nice aprons here that keeps the tools on you, like you said. I probably got a half a dozen tape measures in here, and I can see one right now. I know I got at least 6 in this room.
Yeah, and that's always a big problem too. Is you end up losing the tool. You need it. Yeah. You go out and buy it. As soon as you went and buy that tool, the other one shows up again. So.
Yeah, that's why I got 6 hammers.
I'm not quite that bad. I only got 2.
I got 6. I know I got 6.
Yeah, the tape measure thing, I know I got a good 4 of those. So.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 of those just in here.
Yeah, so I went out and bought a big toolbox after my mom passed away, and because Amy's in the woodworking and electricians and doing the trains and everything else, we needed a place for all our tools. So we were getting really bad. We had screwdrivers everywhere and anywhere except the one you needed. So
yeah, I got a few of those.
Yeah.
I use a lot of those, 6-in-1 type things or whatever. I got probably a dozen of those somewhere.
So when you're doing scenery and stuff on your layout, how do you keep that nice and tidy?
I usually got some either Ziploc bags or some of those woodland scenes containers that they come in. That's usually how I keep those. I try not to get it on too much. I got some hardwood floors in here, so it's not as big a deal, but
easier to clean up for sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. So your biggest advice to keep a layout, not a workbench, is going to be what?
I just put everything back when you're done with it. Right now, my layout's kind of like that just because I'm putting down track, but I don't have a whole lot really on it that's not track, laying track installing tools. I got some buildings laying around there, just kind of getting them where I get my track up to them. That's about it.
To install track, you just need a smaller hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't used a hammer in here too much. I was building a shed, and I swear when I got everything put up in that shed, when I built out back for my tools and my lawnmower stuff, I had 6 of them. So
awesome.
That was fun.
So we got any videos?
Whatever.
Oh,
what's
sorry.
That?
I was just saying, are we going to see a video or something soon from you?
I need to do something. I've been working a lot lately. I've already got 37 hours in at the job this week, so.
It's only Wednesday.
Some estimating and stuff. Last week was just as bad.
Almost need to take a nap, not take a video.
Yeah. I need to get 2 or 3 of them in a hole and just kind of work with that. I was talking to my daughter last night about that, but I got plenty of stuff. I got me some new exact rail cars I need to do a video on. They're pretty nice. Just kind of compare them and get back on I got another one that I got to do for the museum too that I did last time. Everybody seemed to like that video pretty good. I got a whole bunches of pictures and little videos and stuff I can compile into the different things. Like because I used to live in San Diego for about a year, and then I moved back to Mississippi. But I got some from the San Diego Model Railroad Museum and from another little club that was in Vista, California, which was I think they're called Short Track. It's basically an N-scale club. They were at a what do they call it, antique gas and steam engine museum or something. It's just a bunch of tractors and bulldozers and stuff out there. That's pretty wild, but.
So I guess you're really into collecting the older stuff or the museum quality type stuff. So you'd really want a good wall display unit type thing too, right?
Yeah, I got right here. I got a thing. It's a handmade. I bought it when I was living in Maryland back many years ago when I was in the military. And it's got some nice brass and stuff on it. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. I just did a video a couple of weeks ago on how to build one pretty simply. So
yeah, I watched that. I may do that. I got some tools and all to do that with. A lot of my bench work, believe it or not, I've made with a handsaw, one of those hand miter saws instead of the electric. When I had to do some work outside and I was cutting some pressure treated wood, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go get me a chop saw. So I did. I
don't even think I know what a handsaw is. So
well, basically, it keeps me from wasting so much wood. If you're gonna sit there and you measure it 3 times, make sure you don't have to do it again.
Oh, no doubt. Maybe that's what the problem is nowadays.
Plus, I started kind of this health kick. I've lost about 55 pounds in the last year, so doing a lot more stuff like that by hand or walking to the store instead of taking my truck.
Excellent. All right, bud. Well, I'm going to drop you down. I got one more person down in the basement.
All right.
We'll get them up. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got some of them things that John was talking about. He showed a while ago, but I wasn't going to actually say it. But I got to keep them scattered out of here too. One doesn't get on layout, but the other one does. But
All right. Talk to you in a bit.
later.
Bye. Whoop, we jumped. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And like I said, I just did those shelving units last week, 2 weeks ago. They're not hard to really do. James Galton kind of gave me a little highlight on those. And no, I'm not going to get it out. I've got one sitting right over here. But when you're doing the corners on it, everybody tries to make corners go like this. So they're like perfect, straight. And James said, you can play with your eye a little bit. All you got to do is overlap the one board. So I take the top one and the bottom ones are actually like this. And it keeps your eye from trying to find that perfect 90-degree angle and looking for a flaw when it's off centered like that a bit. I can probably get this one real quick. So there we go. Now if I can just get it out of this hole. Oh, and of course this one doesn't show that. Nope, it's the other one. But anyway, don't look at this one for what I just said. But you take the top board here, and if you lay it over about that much, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, my other one's actually got it. My other two got it. This is just something I made with the scraps that I had left. So this one really draws your eye to the corner. You're looking for that perfect 90-degree bend. We'll just put this one over here for a second. I'll show you what I mean. What the heck? We got a minute? Hanging them around. There we go. That's better. And show you guys the front of it so you don't see the bad side. But there, if you see the corner, and that's what James was talking about, if you just do that little lip on there, it keeps your eye from looking at it as the perfect joint, I guess you would have to say, or something. So it takes your eye away from that back onto the train. So you're not looking for a perfect square when you're actually looking at that. Did I get that right, Jerry? I see you in the chat there, bud. Jerry Stats. Allie Chat's in there. So doing that project the way he did it with the overlapping side, it made it so much easier. So just kind of a little hint or tip, I guess. I don't know. But we got Anfield Road in the loft. How are you doing, bud?
Not too bad, Sparky. How's yourself?
I'm not doing too bad. We're coming pretty close to the end of this one on shelving units, keeping our workbenches clean. I mean, our layouts clean. And
to be honest, I'm doing well with mine. I've started cleaning track, ready to start running trains.
Well, you've been sitting down in my basement for a while, so I figured you were cleaning everything as I was talking.
No, I haven't actually. It's late at night here. I wasn't even in the loft when your stream was on. I was out of the loft.
I was going to say, it's got to be close to 1 o'clock over there now.
Yeah, and then I thought, I'll jump in. I've just brought the laptop up with me. My camera stays up here all the time. I just thought, but I've got my where I'm sitting here now is my area, my work area, and I try and keep it as clean because I've got storage underneath, and I've got storage for my locos as well. But when I'm working on something, I've got something on the bench at the moment I'm working on. I'm starting a scratch build series that I am actually running 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's organised through John from Schuylkill. He's putting it up on the with sidetrack, so the sidetrack stuff. He's putting it on there because I've got Z that comes up on it. I've had Crazy Joe, and I have done one with them up on it, and it seems to go well with it.
So your biggest advice for keeping layouts clean is?
Tidy up as you go along.
That seems to be the going consensus with a lot of people, is as you go, clean it up. Yeah. And like John and I were kind of talking about too, is you can do a bigger project and everything else, but if you leave a mess and then come back the next time that you come to your layout, and it is a big mess, a lot of times you're going to look at it and say, no, I just don't feel like cleaning that up first.
Yep.
And you can't really start a project if you're working in a mess to begin with. So
now, it's the same. My workbench that I've got. I'll move the camera so you can see. Just bear with me a minute, Sparky. That's my workbench.
And I just got to say, TSG Multimedia. Notice he jumped up like that, and I didn't kick him out. I was getting close though.
Yeah, no, that's my workbench. My workbench is only about a little wide, narrow workbench.
Yeah, but that's all you really need if you're at this stage of your hobby. Doing the smaller projects and stuff, just a smaller work area is all you need.
Yeah, well, I'm actually building little wooden huts out of coffee stirrers at the moment.
Yeah, I noticed that in a couple of live streams that you were in. So
yeah, that's what I'm doing on my series on Sunday. You'll probably see it's been getting involved. The series I'm doing on Sunday, 5 o'clock my time, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, your time. I'm having people coming up and showing off what they're doing.
Oh, excellent. And there's a few channels doing that too. So.
And he started it. Then he said, "Oh, I'll nick it off you, Lee." And I said, "It's fine. It's no one's idea. Everyone comes together in this hobby, don't they?"
And that's what I was kind of saying at the beginning of this one. Somebody said somebody else just went live, and it's like nobody owns a time slot.
No, YouTube is big enough for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to go live when somebody else is going live, yeah, all the power to you. So.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that sucks about it is if you go live, I can't make it. So, because I'm live.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same. I like. I like the bench one. Heath's just started. That looks interesting. I'm going to be going in on the panel on that. So it's what it's all about. That's me. You can just say Anfield Viaduct. If I've got the camera on the opposite side, you can see the viaduct.
Yeah, you can move. Yeah. I was going to say, you can point that camera a little more towards that viaduct so we can get a better look at it.
Yeah, just bear with me a minute. But, not what I want to do. Take it. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I like the water through that and everything else.
That's a viaduct.
Yeah.
That, believe it or not, there's a history behind half of this layout.
Well, if it's a short history, we got a couple minutes.
Yeah, believe it or not, where the Anfield Road Bridge is, that was here when I moved to the house. Half of this layout was here, what I'm sitting in.
Well, you don't get that every day, that's for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, I know the family that used to live in the house. It was, I know the family very well. It was his dad's house. His dad was a good friend of the family's, and I got asked, did I want to rent the house? So I thought, yeah. I cleaned the house, come across Triang trains. Most of the track is somewhere. I've got a full loop of steel, and the other loop is all nickel. But you need to, if you got, are you going to be doing your Meet the Modeler?
I might do a couple more. It's just I'm going to kind of branch out. Like I said, I'm only doing them every other week now.
Yeah.
It helps me out a little bit, and I'm trying to set it up with James from Otter Valley Railroad to get some of those learning kits again, so we can start a scenery little kit. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, because I wouldn't mind. I'm going to try and get on either Vinny's or something, because I wouldn't mind trying to talk about the history behind my layout, how it appeared here. As I was saying, I come up in the loft to put stuff in, and I wondered, why is my head hitting something? There was a baseboard here with it on.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't get that very often. I know when I first did my first layout, it's got to be over 25 years ago. But when I ended up moving from that house, I ended up leaving the whole layout, trains, everything in it, because the next place I moved was a small apartment. So
yeah,
we kind of went.
Yeah, no, I've got a video. I've got content trying to get out every day if I can now.
Well, short little videos always help everybody.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. I couldn't believe how many subs have gone. I've gone the milestone. I've gone past the 300.
Oh, excellent! That's cool. So
I didn't expect it.
Put that camera back up to your face so we can see you again.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Come on. So yeah, if everybody wants to let us know how many subs you got in the chat, you can post that now. Or if you got any videos, contests coming up, throw that up in the chat. I know we got Hot Rod Rodney tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Then Friday night, we got BNSF 6951. That's at 8 p.m. with our cousin Vinny. And then Saturday, we got the Back on Track guys at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, and I still got their boxcar here. I got to run that and then get that. I think I'm going to take that over to Toy Man's shortly. So that should be fun.
Hey, I tell you now, he done well with those B units, didn't he?
He did.
I couldn't believe him getting them running. I thought, and he looked well when he built them.
Yeah, he doesn't know it yet, but when I go over there, one's probably going to go missing.
Nice one, for hey. Considering he got them running and they were in your flood, I couldn't believe what he done.
Yeah. The only problem is he knows where I live too, so they probably won't be here very long.
Exactly, I was about to say that, Sparky.
Yeah.
Thanks
James,
for having me up anyway, Sparky.
Yeah, thanks for popping up, bud. And everybody had great advice tonight on how to keep a layout, more of a layout than a bench work. So
yeah, and the way of keeping layout clean is try and tidy up as you're going. Say I try and use the Hoover a lot. If I'm doing scenery, I try and keep it much clean as you want. A clean, tidy workshop is a good workshop.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, it's just so much easier to actually work in it than if it's cleaned up.
Yeah.
Or even get started on a project. It's that much easier then too, right? So.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for having me up as well.
All right. Thanks for popping up, bud.
Yeah, no, I have got a competition. When I do hit 4, I will be bringing a competition out when I hit 4.
All right, guys. So everybody here in the chat, go check out Ainfield Road Layout in the Loft. And we'll get him. He'll have a competition.
Yeah, I will be having a competition soon. I have started getting merch as well.
We got Container Man 68 in there. Glue King, goodbye.
Yeah, when I do scratch builds, I get told I use too much glue, so I've been nicknamed the Glue King.
Oh, there you go. I knew there was something for it. So
yeah, well, I used to. Thanks for having me anyway, Sparky. I'm gonna get off anyway, mate, and let you speak for a bit before you end your stream, mate.
All righty, we'll talk to you later on. Thanks, bud.
No problem. Take it easy, Spark. Bye all. Bye, everyone in chat.
All right, we're back. And that's got to be the weirdest mustache and beard thing I think I've ever had on my face. Trying to talk, but Train Freak, thanks very much, bud. It's awesome. And I'm not a glue king, but I'll see what I can do for you. Here we go, Container Man. We'll give you this one. Maybe. It's been a while since I've had this one on. It's a rat's nest, I think. So, but there we go. Whew. I'm telling you, I got to buy a brush. And an abacus now, by the sounds of it. Wonder how much those things cost, an abacus. I'm surprised I could even say it. So, but there we got it, guys. It's just kind of clocking over top of the hour there. Like I said, I get working on some of the projects on my layout, and I start noticing that I'm leaving things all over the place, and it just gets to be a mess. And like it was kind of discussed, you come in the next time and you look at that, and you just want to go back out the door. You don't want to work on your layout because you got to clean it up first. So a lot of people are saying small projects, put stuff away first, and storage is a big thing. Joey makes his own cabinets type thing with drawers on them, $10 for the sliders, and then does that jewelry's case type foam stuff in the bottom of it. That's awesome. And this is real cheap, easy. I only do this kind of stuff. It just keeps it from sliding around because, like I said, this stuff, you get them from Walmart. But when you put something in the bottom of it, that's all it does. Slides all over the place. And you're going to end up breaking it. I don't want to break that one. It's one of my good ones. I like my other ones. So you got to put something in the bottom. The acoustic soundboards that I've got, I can't get to them now because those shelving units are up there. But I got those off of Wish. I think they were like $9 for 25 or 50 of them. I think it's 50 actually because they're stuck together. They're pretty cheap, right? But still, they keep your locomotives and rail cars and everything, the little bumps on them, stick the wheels down in there. And it's not like I guess it's like a sticky pad that you get. Well, it's this thing right here. I'll You can get this at like any hardware store, right? Put that down and it keeps things from sliding around. But you put that in these drawers and you put a rail car in there and you leave it for like a month or whatever, come back. This is actually stuck to the rail car. So you don't want to use this kind of stuff. But you got to keep things nice and clean and neat, tidy. That's the biggest thing of all. And then, of course, like I said, I always run the trains. I'm out here. My trains are running all the time. And that just helps me keep things clean, not cluttered up on the layout, because you start putting piles of stuff and trains can't run. If trains can't run, well, that's the whole reason why we're doing this hobby. Run the trains, right? So we got to do that. I haven't noticed in the chat, but I haven't really been looking, guys. If anybody has a contest coming up for their channel, throw it up there in the chat. And any milestones coming up for a lot of channels, again, throw those up in the chat. And if anybody needs just a few extra followers, now is probably the time to do it. There's lots of people that come in and out. Got 62 people still here, 43 thumbs up. Not too bad. Kaizen Foam, Jerry Satz is saying something. And I don't know if it's English or not. So 491, almost to the magic 500. That's Georgia Sunbelts, James Galton, Train Freak, get more. I will be, that just jumped on me. I can't use that. Alley Cat, the plastic from the inside of the boxes are great for protecting detail. That's cool. I just passed 300. I am now at 312. That's Alex Brockway. That's awesome, bud. Container Man, it is Container Man. If I couldn't pronounce it when Jerry put it up, what makes you think I can pronounce it when you put it up? It's the same word in the chat. I love it. I know you're asking what it is, but still, I can't say the word. So, Leamington Station, only 10 off of 100. That's pretty cool. And John number 2 was Schuylkill River Valley, 559. TSG Multimedia, if you're getting some good ideas from this conversation, support me on Patreon. Right on, guys. Like I said, I got a Teespring store too. I don't push that too often, but hey, check out those shirts and stuff that I got there. And I've actually got a beach towel coming with the Sparky logo on it. I can't wait to get one of those. So it's going to be kind of cool. I'm still at 1471's Container Man 68. And Digger Evans Model Railway 980. Whoa, you're getting close to 1,000, bud. That's awesome. CV Railroad in HO scale says 2. Jerry Sat, that stuff is awesome. I have a video about it. So whatever that word is that Jerry said, the Container Man said that I can't pronounce, Jerry Stat's got a video on it. There. Kaizen Foam. Okay. Now who just helped me with that? Oh, Steve87 PSAT threw that up there. So I guess that's how you pronounce it, Kaizen. But sure. Possum Bio, they can't say it either. Hey, whatever. English is the hardest language to learn, so they say. So, Digger Evans giveaway coming up when he hits 1,000. Very cool. Okay, guys, that's pretty much all I got. And awesome ideas you guys have for helping out. Like I said, I got these. I bought the first one. Derek Glass did a little video on it, and I thought, you know what? I'll just make a whole show on that because it is a problem a lot of us come. You're watching people's videos a lot of times. They're working on the layout, and they just got stuff piled everywhere. I'm just going to say everybody does it, and we're all guilty of it. So just a little way to keep yourself neat, tiny, cleaned up, and organized, I guess. So the one that I'm actually using behind me now, I actually keep my soldering iron in it, a couple tools. All my track goes in one of them. All my switches go in another one. Glue and odds and ends. The top one would have all my caboose ground throws in it and rail joiners, plastic rail joiners, nails, all the little knickknacks and things that you leave around your layout all the time and then you can never find them again. Plastic rail joiners, you buy those in a pack of 20. You take them out, you start using them. You've used 2, maybe 4. Now all of a sudden you can't find anymore. So great thing, throw them in a drawer. So guys, thanks very much. And another thing, guys, those caboose hobby ground throws with the little flags, I call them, but they're targets. Dave Atkins threw up a video earlier this morning to basically teach everybody how to build one. And I thought it was awesome. So check that out. Check his channel out. But that's it for me, guys. got to go in and get a little, well, something to eat anyway. So Crooked River and Eastern Railroad organization is very tough to do. It is, but if we all just practice it all the time, it gets easier. So thanks for popping in, guys, and we'll talk to you all later on. And I'll see how much abacus is, I guess. Got a couple super chats for it. Those little bead things that you count with. I don't know. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go check out Tom's Trains and Things last live stream, and you'll see what I was doing in that. That requires me to get an abacus. All right, guys. Bye for now, and have fun. Bye.